This is the story of how a prodigy named Hero, an oversized inflatable robot called Baymax, and a group of their friends formed a band of high-tech heroes and saved San Francisco. You can read along with me in your book. You'll know it's time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Let's begin now. In an alley in San Francisco, a robot battle was about to begin. Mr. Yama, the undefeated champion, was looking for a challenger. 14-year-old genius Hiro Hamada stepped forward with his invention, Megabot. Mr. Yama laughed at Hiro's small robot, but agreed to battle. Hiro just smirked as he placed his robot in the ring.
Megabot, destroy.
Within minutes, Megabot had wrecked Mr. Yama's robot. Mr. Yama was angry. Luckily, at that moment, Hiro's older brother Tadashi rode up on his scooter. Together, the two brothers raced away from Mr. Yama and his goons. Once they got home, Hiro wanted to go to another bot fight across town. But Tadashi was worried about his little brother. He knew that Hiro could do greater things.
When are you going to start doing something with that big brain of yours?
Hiro just shook his head.
What, go to college like you? So people can tell me stuff I already know?
Tadashi was a genius too. He studied at the San Francisco Institute of Technology. He wanted his brother to sign up for classes, but Hiro was not interested. Suddenly, an idea came to Tadashi. He agreed to take Hiro to his bot fight. On the way to the bot fight, Tadashi needed to stop by his lab. There, Hiro met Tadashi's friends, Go-Go, Wasabi, Honey Lemon, and Fred. They were working on their own inventions. Go-Go was using electromagnets to make the fastest bike ever. Wasabi was working on a high-powered laser, and Honey Lemon was formulating a chemical reaction that could turn a big ball of metal into a pile of pink dust. Hiro was impressed by all of Tadashi's friends and their inventions. The only one who wasn't a student or an inventor was Fred. He was the school's mascot. Next, Tadashi showed Hiro his own invention, a robot named Baymax, who had been programmed to take care of people who were sick or hurt. Tadashi stuck a piece of duct tape on Hiro's arm and then pulled it off.
Ow, hey, hey!
When Hiro yelped, Baymax activated.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion. I was alerted to the need for medical attention when you said, ow. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain?
Tadashi watched proudly as Baymax scanned Hiro for injuries.
He's going to help a lot of people.
Hiro was amazed by his brother's invention. As the brothers were leaving the lab, they ran into Tadashi's teacher, Professor Callahan, a famous scientist. The professor looked at Hiro's bot.
With your bot, winning must come easy.
Hiro shrugged.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, if you like things easy, then my program isn't for you. We push the boundaries of robotics here. My students go on to shape the future. Good luck with the bot fights.
As soon as Hiro and Tadashi got outside, Hiro turned to his brother.
I have to go here. If I don't go to this nerd school, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Tadashi smiled. His plan had worked. To get into the San Francisco Institute of Technology, Hiro would have to enter an invention in the school's upcoming robotics showcase. If he impressed the judges, he could become a student. Hiro knew he needed to come up with an amazing invention, but he was having trouble thinking of an idea.
I got nothing. I'm done. I'm never getting in.
Tadashi encouraged his little brother.
Shake things up! Use that big brain of yours to think your way out.
And then, finally, Hiro came up with a plan. He worked hard to get his project just right. The night of the showcase arrived. Standing before the crowd, Hiro was nervous but ready to show off his invention.
This is a microbot. It doesn't look like much, but when it links up with the rest of its pals, things get a little more interesting.
Hiro tapped the special headband he wore that allowed him to control the tiny robots with his mind. At Hiro's command, the microbots could join together to form any shape or accomplish any task.
If you can think it, the microbots can do it. The only limit is your imagination.
The crowd went wild. Everyone loved the microbots. After the showcase, a businessman named Alistair Cray even offered Hero a lot of money for them. Hero thought about it, but he turned Cray down.
I appreciate the offer, Mr. Cray, but they're not for sale.
Just then, Professor Callahan approached Hero. He was so impressed with Hero's microbots that he invited Hero to become a student at the Institute. Hero was very excited. Outside the showcase hall, Hero turned to Tadashi.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so... thanks for not giving up on me.
Just then, people began running from the hall. A fire had broken out, and Professor Callahan was still inside. Tadashi started to run toward the hall.
Tadashi, no!
Hero tried to stop his brother, but it was no use. Tadashi rushed in to find the professor. Moments later, an explosion knocked Hero to the ground. Tadashi was gone. As the days passed with Tadashi gone, Hero stayed in his room and kept to himself. Nothing seemed to matter anymore. Then one day, Hero dropped something on his foot.
Ow! Ah! Ow!
To his surprise, Baymax appeared.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion. I heard a sound of distress. What seems to be the trouble?
Hero didn't want anything to do with Baymax, but Baymax would not turn off.
I cannot deactivate until you say you are satisfied with your care.
As Hero tried to figure out a way to deactivate Baymax, he noticed something moving under his bed. It was the microbot that had been in his sweatshirt pocket on the night of the showcase. It was moving around trying to find the other microbots, but all of them had been destroyed in the fire.
This doesn't make any sense.
Baymax looked at it.
Your tiny robot is trying to go somewhere.
Hero shrugged, uninterested.
Oh yeah? Why don't you, find out where it's trying to go?
Baymax was programmed to help Hero, so he followed the microbot. Hero couldn't let anything happen to his brother's robot. Reluctantly, he took off out the door after him. Hero chased Baymax all over San Francisco until he finally caught up with the big robot outside an abandoned warehouse. Baymax turned to Hero.
I have found where your tiny robot wants to go.
Helping each other, Hero and Baymax climbed through a window. Once inside, Hero looked around to find something astonishing. His microbots were there, along with a machine that was making thousands more. Suddenly, the microbots began to assemble. Hero and Baymax spotted a mysterious man in a mask moving toward them. At the masked man's command, the microbots swarmed together and attacked Hero and Baymax. Only by thinking quickly were the two able to escape and make their way home. While Baymax recharged, Hero thought about what had happened at the warehouse. His microbots hadn't been destroyed in the fire. The masked man had stolen them. And if the masked man was responsible for the fire,
He's responsible for Tadashi.
Hero could barely contain his anger.
We gotta catch that guy.
Baymax would do anything to make Hero feel better.
Will apprehending the man in the mask improve your emotional state?
Hero nodded.
If we're gonna catch that guy, you need some upgrades.
The big robot wasn't programmed to fight, so Hero quickly got to work, programming Baymax with new karate moves and building him a special suit of armor. Soon, Baymax was battle ready. To celebrate, Hero taught Baymax how to fist bump.
Ba-la-la-la.
Hero and Baymax returned to the warehouse, but the microbots were gone, and the masked man was nowhere to be found. So the pair followed Hero's microbot again, hoping it would lead them to the rest of the microbots. The bot led them to a pier. Suddenly, through the fog, a wave of microbots appeared, with the masked man riding on top of them. But before Hero could confront him, a car pulled up. Baymax had contacted Go-Go, Wasabi, Honey Lemon, and Fred to help Hero. When the mystery man spotted them, he ordered the microbots to attack. Just in time, Go-Go pulled Hero into the car, and they drove away. The man chased after their car, riding the swarm of microbots. Hero was angry.
Stop the car! Baymax and I can take this guy!
But Hero's friends weren't about to let anything happen to him. With Baymax's help, they were able to escape to safety. Hero and his friends went to Fred's house to regroup. They had to figure out who the masked man was. Fred suggested that it might be Aleister Cray. Since Hero hadn't sold the businessman his microbots, maybe Cray had stolen them instead. It was possible, but Hero wanted to be sure. If he upgraded Baymax's programs again, the big robot could scan the whole city until he located the masked man. But Hero and Baymax wouldn't be able to stop him alone. Hero looked around at his friends.
Actually, if we're gonna catch this guy, I need to upgrade all of you.
Fred was excited.
You guys, do you feel this? Our origin story begins. We're gonna be superheroes!
Hero created a unique supersuit for each of his friends. Go-Go's suit had electromagnetic wheels like her bikes, allowing her to speed around and throw discs from her wrists. Honey Lemon's suit came with a purse that contained a portable chemistry lab. Wasabi's had gloves with lasers in them that could slice through anything. And Fred's suit made him look like a monster. When he was wearing it, he could jump really high and breathe fire. Baymax's new armor had a rocket fist and wings. And thanks to the magnets Hero had sewn into his own suit, he would be able to ride through the air stuck to Baymax's back. The team practiced using their new suits. Then they came up with a game plan. The villain's mask controlled the microbots, so taking it away was the only way they could stop him. Later that day, Hero climbed on Baymax's back for their first big flight. The ride was a little bumpy at the beginning, but soon Baymax was soaring through the air like a pro. Hero was thrilled.
Yes! Woohoo!
The treatment is working.
On their initial flight, Baymax used his scanner to detect the masked man. He was located on an island called Akuma across the bay. Later that day, the group flew to Akuma, where they found an abandoned lab formerly owned by Aleister Cray. As the team looked around, they activated video footage of an experiment led by Cray. The footage showed a young pilot named Abigail being sent in a pod through a teleportation portal. But the experiment went wrong, and the portal exploded. The team was stunned. The masked man had to be Cray. Just then, the masked man attacked them. Using their new suits, the team attempted to fight back. In the chaos, Hero managed to pull off the man's mask. It was Professor Callahan. Hero was confused.
But the explosion. You died.
No, I had your microbots.
The professor explained how he had used the microbots to protect himself. Furious that the professor hadn't helped his brother, Hero ordered Baymax to attack Callahan.
Baymax, destroy.
Baymax shook his head.
My programming prevents me from injuring a human being.
Not anymore.
In a rage, Hero ripped out the green nurse chip Tadashi had put into Baymax's chest. Baymax pointed his rocket fist at Callahan and tried to blast him. But Hero's friends stopped the big robot, allowing Callahan to escape. Angry and frustrated, Hero flew off on Baymax. Back at home, Hero wanted to go after Callahan and get revenge. But Baymax didn't want to hurt anyone. That was not why Tadashi had created him. He showed Hero a video of his brother.
Tadashi is here.
The video showed Tadashi trying again and again to get Baymax to activate. When he finally did, Tadashi was overjoyed.
You're gonna help so many people, buddy. So many.
As Hero watched the video, his anger began to fade. Tadashi had wanted to help people, not hurt them. He would have been disappointed if Hero used his invention to harm someone. Just then, Hero's friends arrived with something Hero needed to see. Go-Go played video footage that showed Callahan yelling at Cray after the failed portal experiment. They flipped through to the end of the video, and they saw Callahan saying goodbye to Abigail, the pilot, who was his daughter. Callahan wanted to use the microbots to punish Cray for the loss of his daughter. Fred was shocked.
This is a revenge story.
Hero looked at his friends.
So what are we waiting for?
The group rushed to Cray's new company headquarters to find him addressing an audience. Suddenly, Callahan appeared.
You took everything from me when you sent Abigail into that machine. Now I'm taking everything from you.
At Callahan's command, the microbots reassembled the remaining parts of the portal from the lab. Cray's new building started to get sucked into the open portal. Somehow, Hero and the team had to stop Callahan. Then Hero got an idea.
Go for the mask!
Without it, Callahan wouldn't be able to control the microbots. Together, the team tried to stop Callahan, but he was too strong. Hero realized they needed a new plan.
Forget the mask! Take out the bots! They'll get sucked up into the portal!
Using their super suits, the team chipped away at the columns of microbots. One by one, the bots got sucked into the portal. And without them, Callahan was finally defeated. But the danger wasn't over yet. The portal was still open. It started to break apart. Hero had to get his friends to safety.
We need to get out of here, now!
The team turned to run when suddenly Baymax noticed something. He pointed at the portal.
My sensor is detecting signs of life. Coming from there.
It was Callahan's daughter. She was still alive. Hero jumped onto Baymax's back, and they flew into the portal to save Abigail. Dodging the swirling debris, they sped through the vortex until they found her still in her pod, unconscious. Hero grabbed Abigail's pod, but suddenly a large chunk of concrete hit Baymax, damaging his armor. Without it, Baymax couldn't fly. But he could still save Hero and Abigail by using his rocket fist to propel them through the portal before it closed. He turned to Hero.
I cannot deactivate until you say you are satisfied with your care.
Hero shook his head.
Please! No! I can't lose you two!
Hero, I will always be with you.
Tearfully, Hero hugged his best friend goodbye.
I'm satisfied with my care.
With that, Baymax detached from his rocket fist and drifted away. Thanks to Baymax, Hero and Abigail made it back through the portal just in time. Hero and his friends had saved the day. Abigail was safe. Callahan went to jail. And Hero finally became a student at the San Francisco Institute of Technology. Just like Tadashi had hoped. He even got to use Tadashi's old lab space. As Hero unpacked his things, he placed Baymax's rocket fist on his desk. Smiling sadly, Hero gave it a fist bump. The robot fist uncurled. That was when Hero spotted Baymax's green nurse chip. In no time, Hero had rebuilt Baymax.
I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion. Hello, Hero.
Hero, Go-Go, Wasabi, Honey Lemon, Fred, and Baymax were heroes. If another danger ever threatened San Francisco, they would be ready.
We didn't set out to be superheroes, but sometimes life doesn't go the way you planned. The good thing is my brother wanted to help a lot of people. That's what we're gonna do. Who are we?
They were the Big Hero 6.